Josie's on a vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things they don't want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight. Oh, 'cause I don't want to lose your love tonight. Hey, I ain't got many friends left to talk to. No one's around when I'm in trouble. You know I'd do anything for you. Spend the night but keep it undercover. I just want to use your love tonight. Yeah, 'cause I don't want to lose your love tonight.
Oh, live from the Lot 100 Studios in sunny San Diego, California.
Yes.
On the Air is on the air, and that is
Oh.
Jackie Foster.
Yes.
My goodness.
Hi.
One of my favorite albums of all time. Don't even say it. Do you remember the name of the song? The name of the band? Honest
Oh,
to
yes.
goodness. I can't believe you can't be old enough to know this song.
No, but I know the song because I have a fantastic dad who like raised me with classic rock music, AC/DC, Van Halen,
And KGB radio.
and KGB
Yeah, but this
radio,
was
you know.
1984.
Oh.
Okay, 85, just post new wave, just post punk rock, right before electronica, and it is The Outfield.
Yes.
Great, freaking
And God bless Tony Lewis. He just passed away recently, and
Wow.
that's why you played that in tribute to
Yeah.
Tony Lewis, a great vocalist,
Yeah.
Well, and by the way, that was the same key that he used to sing in, by the way.
which is hard.
Which is super hard.
Yeah.
So, first of all, how are you? What have you been doing lately?
Oh my gosh, I'm fantastic. Enjoying beautiful San Diego right now, working on a lot of original music. I just had a song released this past summer and I'm gearing up. Today I'm announcing that I've got another song coming out on November 14th.
Do we get to hear that one maybe today?
Maybe.
That's it. Hey, can I just, will you start singing? I want to just turn my chair
Wait,
around
first
and
of
go.
all, what is wait.
Yeah!
Hold on a second, Jackie. Hang on a second. Jackie will be with us all show long,
Isn't it?
and she's going to bring us in and out of breaks. And her very talented guitar player is Paul Leesom Jr., who sounds fantastic up there on the stage. What? Talk to me. What?
It's Halloween Day, or whatever they call
Well,
it.
it's Halloween, but
Halloween.
but why? I mean, I've seen you in a lot of costumes. I thought it was me, Ron Burgundy, at the very
you know,
least.
being a comedian, I went with the scariest day of the year is really coming up, not Halloween, it's Election Day.
Today, thank you.
So I came in dressed as a politician. And I think that, no,
I get it. I get it.
I have another costume too I could do quickly. It's futuristic, but it's Hunter Biden.
Wow.
Okay, thank you. How am I doing on time?
I like that. That's good. That's
Thank
good.
you. That's all the
Rusty Nailz,
political
everybody.
stuff. That's all we can do.
Hey, real
So,
quick,
yeah.
since it is Halloween,
Yeah.
what do you guys think?
What do you got?
By the way,
What's the best? What's
Wow.
the best candy?
well, of course, little Tommy shows up with Reese's peanut cuts that you could build a house out of.
But I say it's Almond Joy. Almond Joy is the best.
What is Jackie?
This one's wrong.
Since you're 25 going on 50 because you like the outfield, so what is your favorite? If we were to huck candy on the stage, what would it be?
Do you have any peanut M&Ms? Oh, I see them!
Look at
Yes.
See, there
Yeah,
you
I
go.
hucked
Just
it.
like that. Just like that.
Oh, these are good. I might pick Almond Joy only because it's a bigger package than my little Snickers, which is a favorite. It's a
Tommy, I got a
toss-up.
question for you. When people come to your door,
Yeah.
first of all, they recognize it's little Tommy Simone.
No.
And he walks to the door and he goes, people go like this. Hello, can I help you?
Yeah.
Is this what you give? Is this what you give out?
I buy the regular bag, Halloween, candy
give
bag.
full-size candy
But I
out?
do give out more than just one piece.
All right.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it a? I like, when you start out, you go to. We have a big bowl out in front with a note. Just take one per, trick or
That's because
treater.
Russ doesn't want to have to get up and sit down, get up
Well,
and
no,
sit down.
it's even better than that. I start out with an empty bowl, and everyone
That's
thinks
funny.
those damn other kids took it all. So you don't.
Sully
get
gives out pennies.
He does.
I do not.
And investment tips. It's
I
just
don't,
weird.
I don't give out calorie
Here you
candy
go
anymore.
buy Apple.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
fun.
Yeah, your parents come by.
Yeah.
What are you dressed as?
Yeah, what's going on? I get the memo.
I forgot.
I'm Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as you can see, our crew here, Molly, that's Molly, our floor director, and
Yeah, look at
Action
everybody.
Jackson, our jib operator, and our cameraman Oliver, all dressed up today.
We have a
And,
Yes,
and Russ
I
is
like
dressed
that.
up like a politician.
Look at that. There's Jack. Look at that.
Look at Jack. Pumpkin Jack O'Lantern, apparently, is who
I
he
get
is.
it.
My question would be, so now that our baseball season is over, are you looking forward to any sports in San Diego coming up here? I mean, because after having Mike Costa on the show a couple weeks ago, and after having after being able to hang out with Mark Sweeney,
Right.
and those guys, it started to make me think, man, I really missed going to the Murph. Remember the Murph? And that's getting torn down.
I know. It's
I mean, honestly, and we were, as part of our job on the radio, we would spend a ton of time out there like that.
And the Aztecs are going to play
in Los Angeles.
Carson.
Well, I mean, it's just where the Chargers
but still,
play.
I'm not going to see it.
So, you know what we're left here within San Diego? Of course, is our beloved Aztecs, which we love. We got our Padres, right? But we are basically like Portland now. We're or Fresno. You know, we don't have an NFL team. And we don't have, remember Julie V and the Sockers? That's no more for a little while.
So why this uplifting conversation?
I'm just wondering, I was just thinking, we have no sports people on the air today, and I'm thinking that, you know, maybe we could harken back to a gentler time.
Yes, when
sports were part of San Diego. When every time you turned on the TV, in any city in the United States, San Diego was probably mentioned at some point during the week. Not because we're playing sports either.
And our competition was eager to get here because they often came from very cold places at the wrong time of the year.
So,
high school sports. We do have high school sports coming up.
So we have a very special guest here. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I know we have a mystery guest that we want to go to.
Yes.
Did you say you have another costume?
Wait a minute.
We have a mystery guest.
Let's do mystery.
We can do it now.
Let's do it. We're ready.
Now, the mystery guest, I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
He is a legend in San Diego. Russ and Sully, you're going to ask the mystery guest yes or no questions, and then when you get him, we're going to have the honor to talk to this San Diego legend.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Well,
so, mystery guest, are you there?
I am.
Russ, ask the mystery guest a yes or no question.
Do you use a 9-iron?
No.
Wow.
Sully.
All right. Have you ever played a sport or announced a sport?
Here we go.
In the former Jack Murphy Stadium, now called SDCCU Stadium.
Yeah.
Yes.
Russ.
Is it Leitner?
I thought it was Leitner too.
Yes.
Is it Ted Leitner?
It's Teddy.
There he is. Oh, Ted Leitner joining us.
I've never heard him so quiet.
I know. Well, do you know why? Because Leitner knows that if he says 3 words, we're going to recognize
Absolutely.
it. I remember when I first got in radio, when I first got in talk radio.
This is great.
I was on a plane. And there was Ted Leitner.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you would think he was Elvis because of all the people around him. And Ted, you were so nice to me because I think you knew that we were at the same station or walking the hallways, and you made me feel really great. But it's so great to have you on the air.
Ted Leitner.
Thank you, boys. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, man.
Hey, Mr. Leitner, I want to tell you this. When I started on the radio back in 1988 with Jeff and Jer, our consultant was a guy named George Johns. And he said, you know what? You guys are new to San Diego. You guys need to have a goal to be just like Ted Leitner.
Wow.
So our entire career, Ted, was to try to be close to what you are. And we never reached your status. So thank you for all that you do.
Hey, Ted, do you remember when you first came on the scene and you started calling, when the Padres lost, you'd say your Padres?
Your Padres, I remember that.
What year was that you did that?
Yeah, that's how that started. It was really interesting because on the television sports on Channel 8, I would just mention the fact that it was your Padres when they lost and mine when they won. Yeah. And what's fascinating that every time I would be out in the street and people, instead of back then didn't have cell phones, couldn't get the scores, they would see me and yell to me, "Hey, mine or yours today?" Meaning they hadn't gotten the score. They didn't have the score, and they wanted to find out, and they would know by saying yours or mine. And it really became rather larger than I ever expected. It was kind of fun.
Well, how much fun have you had with Aztec basketball, man? That's been a really fun ride, huh?
That's been a ride beyond 10 years, and it's been just, and the football, the same thing. Sure. I mean, it's been a wonderful time to be an Aztec fan for the last 10 plus years with tremendous games, tremendous memories in both football and basketball, and it's been a great ride.
I'm telling you, you're just flawless. When you start talking, I sit there waiting for you to mumble over a word or mispronounce. I just don't hear it.
You know, especially considering the fact that you don't sleep. I mean, I have followed your schedule during my lifetime, and there are some times you could not possibly have gotten any sleep from going to one game to the other game. Talk about that a little bit, because that's crazy having to prep.
Yeah, it's been that way, but not so much game to game. It's been more like sport to sport, because when you're doing baseball and you're going to spring training in February, and that overlaps with Aztec basketball, and then that runs into the baseball season, which runs into the Aztec football season in September, which overlaps when baseball's done with basketball and football from November and December, and then you have a couple of months off. So and I'm not complaining, because that's exactly what I love, and I love doing it all. I have that old Chinese proverb: you find something you love, you never work a day in your life, and that's been me.
We're loving you doing it too. Yeah, we love listening.
Mr. Leitner, you have influenced all three of us standing right here. And who influenced you? Who did you listen to growing up?
Wow, great question. Great question. And some of it was sports, and some of it was non-sports. The guy that made me fall in love with radio was Dan Ingram on WABC in New York.
Wow.
One of the greatest afternoon jock, 2 to 6, with a voice and timbre and sense of humor, and did so many commercials because he was so great, and he was just hysterical and funny. And I fell in love with radio listening to Dan Ingram after school back in New York, and he was a huge influence on a sports standpoint. Marty Glickman, who did the play-by-play of the New York Giants football team, was a big influence, not just on me, but on Marv. He was Marv Albert's guru, and all those guys. Everybody turned to Marty Glickman, may he rest in peace, who was just a great play-by-play guy, and not just great play-by-play, but really established how to do play-by-play. All these terms about in basketball, is dribbling through the lane and to the top of the key. Marty invented all those terms, and so he was a huge influence on me, especially when I first started doing football back in Oklahoma in the early 70s. So Dan Ingram and Marty Glickman was pretty much the ones in terms of maybe really fall in love with radio and with radio play-by-play.
Now, I remember I was doing radio and stand-up. You were instrumental in some of my better jokes, because everybody knew Ted Leitner, and I used to say, remember the joke? You want to tell it, or can I? Or who you? I love when he tells it. There's no.
The joke was there are only two kinds of people in San Diego. You either hate Ted Leitner or you are Ted Leitner. That's the joke, right?
I remember that. That was a great. Well,
thank you.
So Ted, did little Tommy tell you who our special guest was in studio today? Because you are certainly the special guest of the show. Do you know
a story?
Do you know who's joining us today on the air?
No, I do not know.
I believe you spent a fair amount of time with him for the second appearance of On the Air. In just a few minutes, you are going to hear Ted Giannoulis. Of course, the San Diego Chickens in studio. You got to give us a story, Ted, because there's got to be at least one.
Gosh, I'll tell you this. No, really. I've been a big Chicken fan forever and ever and ever. I just loved it. When my little niece came out here in 1979, she referred to him, and she wanted to go to the ball game. She would say, "I want to see the little ducky." And I would say, what? What? We didn't know what she was talking about. And they stayed for like 2 weeks during the baseball season. I want to go back to see the little ducky. And I eventually found out that she meant the chicken.
Well,
the chicken was the little ducky to my 3-year-old niece. So I've known Teddy for years and years. I've loved him for years and years. He's the greatest showman. We had lunch, Teddy and I, with Ballard Smith, the former Padre CEO, and several other people a baseball season ago. And we had a wonderful time talking about stories and stories and stories and his antics and how Jack McKeon hated him when he was the manager. But I'll tell you that, a lot of the players, most of the players, and I mentioned this to Teddy, so I'm not talking behind his back. I've talked to people in Cooperstown at the Baseball Hall of Fame, and it's my goal that Ted Giannoulis should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Wow, let's start that
and football as well in Canton, Ohio.
Sports overall.
I mean, unbelievable. Ted, will you please come join us in studio when time allows and it's safe here coming up in the future?
Sure. I'll do my very, very level-headed best.
Well, I tell you what, if the chicken's coming up, I have the complete wrong costume on.
Yeah, you need to change that.
I'll be right
number one.
back.
Ted, thank you so much. Ted Leitner.
Ted
ladies and
Leitner. Ted
gentlemen.
Leitner.
Unbelievable.
We love you, Teddy.
Uncle Teddy.
You know what's interesting? Did you know while he was talking there? Did you notice that Jared Coleman, our director, had up on the screen?
Yeah.
The San Diego chicken
Yes.
waving.
Yes.
Did you realize? Does anybody in the studio realize who was standing next to him?
Yes, it did.
Did you? Can you show it again, Jared? Can you pull? There he is. So you see the San Diego chicken right there. Do you know who the guy next to him is?
Yes, I do.
This is. You never see him in the same room. That's Chicken Charlie. Okay, that's a little weird. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is.
That's Chicken Charlie next to the San Diego chicken there. And what's a little weird about that, of course, is the fact that what is Chicken Charlie?
I think business is going very well for Chicken Charlie because he drove up in a Maserati.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? If you're watching this program, I want you to send us an email or go to on the Air SD on social media. Whose kid hasn't worked for Chicken Charlie? I can tell you, everyone I talk to, someone has a story. And my two daughters as well worked at the fair for their first job, and my daughter McKenna worked at Chicken Charlie's. But I can tell you, ever since I mentioned that, I think on Kogo before when I interviewed him, I can tell you there's thousands of kids in San Diego that guy has employed. And there it is. Actually, I asked him, hey, can you bring the food truck to the studio when you come on the air with us? And he had to remind me, hey, dude, it's not a food truck. This is a building that we put in there, and so on and so forth. So we got San Diego chicken coming up.
San Diego chicken
we
next.
got Chicken Charlie coming up, and right now we got Jackie Foster and Paul Leeson, who's going to play a little bit of stuff here. And here we go.
Well, since I've come home, my body's been a mess. I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? And Valerie, why don't you come on over, Valerie? Since I've come home, my body's been a mess. I missed your ginger hair, the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Yeah. Hey, Valerie. Oh, Valerie. Yeah. Valerie. Oh, Valerie.
Wow, look at that.
Jackie Foster.
Jackie Foster, Paul Leeson, and the person that we've been talking about all day is finally here. The San Diego chicken. Ted Gianolis, here he comes. He's sitting out here, he's singing the phone with her. All right, there he comes. There he is.
Woo!
The
How you guys
legend.
doing?
You know
Woo!
what? Every time I got to tell you, every time I see you, I can't believe I'm actually standing in front of you. Because I spent my entire life watching you, like everybody else.
The
did.
KGB chicken right there.
Oh, good memory, my friend.
That's
Oh,
exactly
Good one,
right.
Tommy.
Yeah.
Where is Russ? Does Russ know we started the show? Oh, there's
I
the.
am ready to go.
No! What's going on?
Wait,
I say, you look
no.
good, son. You look really good. Well, I tell you what, I get you in a bucket. We're going to serve that for $85 right there.
Wait. I come in peace. I don't want to leave in pieces.
No, I
Oh,
didn't
my
know.
God.
You just leave your McNuggets right there on the bar, and we'll be fine.
Have you ever?
How about that? Bless your
Have you
heart.
ever met Chicken Charlie before?
I just met him today, back in the green room for the first time.
He is iconic, first of all,
Yes,
in San
sir.
Diego. And what's this about?
Well, I figured I'd go with a little the Colonel. The good Colonel, as you know, is bringing more eyeballs on chickens than maybe you, possibly. But really, the two of you belong in the Hall of Fame. The two of us is what I'm saying.
I'll tell you a quick story.
Oh, good.
I actually met the real Colonel Sanders
Bless your
here
heart.
in San Diego back in the mid-'70s. He actually came out to a San Diego Mariners hockey game to drop the ceremonial first puck, and I met him backstage, and he told me an interesting story.
About chicken.
Yeah, well, yes, he did.
I figured.
But he also knew about me at the time, as I was just starting out. It was only my third year.
Yeah.
But he told me that he was a mascot back in the day, and he used to dress up as the Michelin Tire Man, believe it or not, back in the 1920s.
Well, that's where we all get our rough starts there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had such a huge response last time that you were on the air with us. We got to start from scratch and talk about the very beginnings of the KGB chicken, because the greatest story is that you were a San Diego State student, and this all came down to happenstance, didn't it?
Right
Yes.
place, right time. Right size.
Walk us through it.
Yeah, I never get tired of telling this story because I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was literally 60 seconds that changed my whole life. The day before Easter break in 1974, I decided to hang out at a campus radio station, KCR, and it was about the size of a very large closet, basically. But the campus was deserted. I was on my way home, and I said, "Oh, what the heck? I'll just go and shoot the breeze with everybody, see if anyone's around."
Oh, yeah.
So I walk in. There's only 4 other people there chatting, and I decide, I'll hang out with them. I got no place to go. So we're chatting there for a couple of minutes when in walks a representative, cold turkey, so to speak.
I get it.
You see what I did
Hey,
there?
everybody.
That's some foul humor right there. Thank you.
But he walks in, stands at the door. He's a representative from KGB. His name is Bill Degisher. He still lives in San Diego, by the way.
We know that.
I know that dude.
You know that guy, all right. And so he stands at the doorway there, and he addresses all of us that if anyone was interested to come and work for KGB over the Easter break. And we're going, are you nuts? We all raise our hands very excitedly. Anything he wants. So we're thinking, shine records, do surveys, empty trash cans.
Is there such thing as a record
Record
shiner?
Yeah, why don't you pull one down? We'll shine one up for you and get it going. So they're looking for someone to help, and they just picked you because you were you look more like a chicken there? Or how?
Well, yeah, we all volunteered. And he's taken aback, and he goes, okay, wait a minute. We're only paying $2 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to wear a chicken suit. And so we all think, okay, well, all right. Yeah. Now he's really perplexed. You can see he's a little worried. He's got to pick one person. And this is no big deal. He wants to get on his way because, he's standing there like he's double parked outside.
Could have used a wishbone.
Yeah. So he looks around the room
All
quickly.
day long.
Yeah, he sees me in the corner and he says, "You, the short guy, you'll fit the costume best of all. You start tomorrow."
And that was it.
That was it.
And that was fantastic.
There's the career.
No interview, no job application.
But you thought this was going to be, sitting out at parking lots and opening up car dealerships and donut shops and a one summer thing, right?
Absolutely. Actually, 10-day thing just to go to the zoo and give away candy Easter eggs. That was it. But as the Padres were starting up, the station management was appreciating all the effort I was putting in to this mundane job.
And at that time, everyone's listening to KGB.
Yes.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Oh yes, they were like the in thing. Absolutely.
And you'd already
Progressive
kind of got
radio.
your foot in the door, so to speak. And I'm doing this because it's a chicken foot.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
And then, but the Padres, you got a chance to play to go play with the Padres because somebody at the KGB said send you out there. Right?
Well, it was opening day for the Padres, and I figured, I'll bet I could get in there for free with this getup. So I called up the Padres. They said, "Yeah, come on down. We'll set aside a ticket for you if you give us a plug on the air."
Okay.
Got that down. I told the bosses, "Hey, I can get into opening night." They said, "Sure, give it a chance," and they let me stay on. I went down there, cavorted around, got the attention of a lot of fans. Next day, there's a little blurb in the paper that says there was a red ragtag chicken at the game.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Wow.
The station management went nuts.
Stay right there. Ted Gianola.
Ted Gianola.
That's how the whole thing started.
And it's incredible.
That would be the added 90% of life is showing up, right? Stay right there. Ted Gianola.
Had the slightest eyes telling me no lies, knocking me out with those American eyes, taking more than a share, had me fighting for air. She told me to come, but I was already there, 'cause the walls were shaking, earth was quaking, my mind was aching. We were making it, and you shook me all night long. Crashed through the surface when they carried us far from the shallow in the shallow, in the shallow.
So how do people get a hold of you and stuff? How do they get you on Instagram?
Your Twitter and your Insta.
And twitface.com and all that stuff.
Absolutely. You can find me on all my social medias, the same handle, which is the @It's Jackie Foster. So find me on everything. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I post all about new music coming out, events that I'm doing, live streams. You can honestly catch it all on social media.
Fantastic.
When I was watching you on The Voice, you did Hearts Alone.
Yes.
Any chance you can do that coming up?
I got you, Tommy. I
Great
got
question
you.
from the chicken. You know, we're here on the air San Diego, the San Diego Chicken with us, and pulled up in a beautiful new car. I noticed you bought a sedan. Why did you buy a new sedan?
Well, come on, I've already got a coupe.
There you go. Thank you. It's chicken humor. Because he's got a coupe. All right. Boy, you try here.
We'll be here all week. 2 drink minimum.
Did I hear potentially you have another mystery guest coming?
Yeah, we have a mystery guest. You interview her.
Wow.
Yeah,
You want me to interview her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, say hello.
No, go ahead.
See
What,
that?
is it your mystery guest?
No, it's my mom. But my mom loves the chicken. And my mom loves chicken.
I love your mom.
I'm honored.
No, honestly, is Franny ready?
It should be Fran.
Is Franny here?
Mom, are you here?
Franny, you there?
Here we go.
I'm here.
Franny, how are you, honey?
I'm fine. How are you guys?
It's so great to see you.
That's
Franny.
Mom T Nailz.
That's
Look
Mom
at-
Tina.
That is.
Wow.
Say hi to the chicken.
Hi, chicken.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We got a theme here going. Again, we got Chicken Charlie.
Yeah.
We have the Colonel, and your mom, Franny, who I know
And-
well, is sitting in a kitchen with
not
oven
just-
mitts.
Not just any kitchen. This is the kitchen
Oven
where
mitts.
I grew up. Mom, how long have you been at that house?
50 years.
Yeah, at least.
Those granite countertops were not there 50 years ago.
No.
I can tell you that, mister.
So how's it going today?
Going good.
Fine,
Got
easy
chicken in
enough.
the oven.
Yeah, because I asked her because we have a family chicken recipe. You want to go over it real quick, friend? Just some of the
Are you
basics.
serious?
Sounds good here. Watch this. Oh, boy. Huh?
Oh, here it is.
How's that?
That's really good. What do you do? That salt, pepper? Any secret family recipes?
A little garlic butter,
Uh-huh.
a little olive oil,
Yeah.
a little drop of lemon juice, and you rub the outside. And if you want, you put in a little white wine.
Oh, that
And
helps.
that makes it juicier.
Yeah.
Did you
My bad.
get any white wine in you before you cooked it? That's always a good little Graham Kerr.
No, you rub the skin with it before you put it in the oven.
Well, how about that? We'll have to have you two together. Give a little massage over here to San Diego Chicken. There it is.
Hey, Franny. No, I'm not letting her out here yet.
Oh,
Hold on.
my gosh.
Hey, Franny. It's Halloween night. Any? What did little Rusty Nailz used to dress up as for Halloween?
A clown.
Yeah, of course he did.
A clown. What else?
Yeah,
Could that be? Huh?
Yeah.
Is that my rough?
I was a hobo when it was legal to be that. Now,
I see.
but yeah.
Hey, Franny, will you come in and be an in-studio guest for us sometime?
Oh, I don't know.
Come on, girl.
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
One of my
We'll
favorite
bribe
people.
her.
See.
Franny T Nailz.
Yes. Bye, Mom.
She's also from the YouTube channel, Tasting Vodka with Fran. You'll have to see that one. That's when we got back from Russia. But meanwhile,
Yeah. Meanwhile, back with the San Diego Chicken. Can I ask you from the Padres? When did you get on the elevators? Because it happened seemingly suddenly. Everyone knew you, like Russ likes to say. Nobody knows you. Everyone knows you. Nobody knows you. You went from being this guy handing out tickets at the zoo or eggs at the zoo to suddenly being Mr.
Iconic.
Padre. How did that happen?
yeah.
Well, believe it or not, a lot of encouragement from the Padres themselves. I started cavorting in the grandstands. Fans were having fun. I was going section to section, everywhere from GA to the third deck and everybody in between. And but Padres were getting good feedback that the fans were enjoying this.
Yeah.
And so eventually, they asked me, the Padres did, to go on the field and do some chicken stick.
More chicken stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say that right.
Right.
And that was when I thought it was the funniest freaking thing when you would do that to the umps or the other players and stuff like that, or just your own antics. It was always enjoyable. Were you athletic that way? Were you a tumbler or whatever?
Yes, I was always athletic, and I played hockey in high school and in college, and so I was athletically inclined anyway. But fans started having fun, and people were laughing, and the players, the umpires, they
The
were all
other team.
I'm sorry?
The other team would play along.
Oh, they would tell me the biggest highlight of their road trips would be coming to San Diego to see the darn chicken goof off.
I'm not surprised, but there was this sort of happened when weren't you announced at one point at the very, very beginning, and you decided to go out there and argue with the ump or something like that? Isn't that how the whole thing started with the Padres?
Yes, in fact, they asked me to go on the field, and because they were going to shoot a commercial one evening, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea, and so I hopped the fence, the railing there, ran out there. I saw an umpire. He looked very inviting. He was smiling, laughing as I'm running on the field. Fans are going nuts, and so I figured I'll go play off this guy. And as I'm shaking his hand, you know, I walk away and give the impression that he's going to trip me. And then I pick a fake argument with him. It just comes to me. Pick a fake argument with this umpire. And so the fans are going nuts. He doesn't understand what's going on. He's looking to his umpire mates like they put me up to it. They're going, don't look at us. And so I just finish it by raising my leg in a raised leg salute. And
that was the rest of it.
Yep.
San Diego chicken. Fantastic stuff.
Let's bring in Chicken Charlie next.
All right, you're not going anywhere. We're going to still stick with the disrespect by bringing another chicken burnt joke on this thing. Stand by.
Can I use that for Halloween?
I never really cared until I met you. And now it chills me to the bone. How do I get you alone? How do I get you alone? Everyone at this party, all looking at you. Show up like a wannabe, so you'll pass through. No one asks any questions. You set the mood, mood, mood. I think they're all confused. They'll call me crazy, crazy, crazy. She's psychotic and a bit neurotic for letting you go. Think you can save me, save me, save me. You don't get that I'm not broken without you. Out you. You think you're all that. You could pick any pretty girl, take her out, fly around the world. But you could change my mind like that. You're not getting this back. Save your charm for the other girls. Can't buy my love, that's not how it works. But you keep on walking back, cause you think you're all that. Hey, come on, all that, all that. Cause you think that you're all that. Cause you think you're all that. Woo! All that, all that. Oh. You still know how to win when you come in last. Get whatever you want, you don't even ask. Always playing it cool, boy. Fell for your fantasy. Wasn't my cup of tea. They'll call me crazy, crazy, crazy. She's psychotic and a bit neurotic for letting you go. Think you can save me, save me, save me. You don't get that I'm not broken without you. Oh, you think you're all that. You can pick any pretty girl.
Wow, look at that. Jackie Foster, Paul Leeson with Jackie Foster. Nice job,
That's
girl.
a hit.
you.
That really
That's a
is.
hit.
That is a hit.
She said she wrote that about me.
She did. She did write
Oh my gosh.
Can I tell you who else a hit? The San Diego Chicken.
San Diego
But on top of the
Chicken.
San Diego Chicken is also Chicken Charlie, a San Diego institution here coming in.
Oh, look at that.
Charlie, come on in, man.
Huh? We can't get in. We didn't
Here
get
we
in.
go.
Oh, look what he brought, though.
Oh, look at, he's got.
Oh, yeah, leave those out there.
He's got.
Come on
he's
in.
got-
And
Come
then
on,
come
get him
on in.
Somebody let him in there, would you?
Oh, yeah,
There he
we
goes.
got
There's
the key.
David Camatori, one of our directors. There he goes. And Chicken
at
Charlie in the
Charlie.
house.
What do we got here?
Look at that.
You never see you guys in the same room.
It's the
You
chicken
never see you guys in the same room together. You ever notice that?
Pecking him to death.
It's funny. He's trying to choke me, and I'm trying to take him to the fryer.
That's a big bird.
Man.
Oh, it's great.
Nice
Oh,
to have you,
choke
man.
your
I
own
love
chicken.
it. This is awesome. Look at
Congrats,
this, my long lost cousin.
Right there, I'll tell you what. That's beautiful.
Did you
Chicken
start
Charlie.
in San Diego? Did you start here?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Diego's
know that.
hometown.
This does not seem like a fried food town, though, doesn't it? You know,
I don't know, but we sure made it.
we
Yeah,
sure
you
did,
sure
man.
did.
Deep frying Oreo.
Best fried food town in the country.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, wasn't it a Krispy Kreme and a chicken.
That's
and
right.
A chick crispy. Is it what the first? Wasn't that the
It
first thing?
Well, it started with the fried Oreo, but
Yes.
the Krispy Kreme, I think, put us on the map. That was a Krispy Kreme chicken sandwich. That was crazy.
Bun, yeah, the bun was a Krispy Kreme donut. Still
Yeah.
is. That's one of the top
The
sellers.
bun is a Krispy Kreme donut, Russ.
The-
isn't it?
the bun
Don't
is
you
the
wish you would have
donut.
thought of that, Colonel?
I think I did accidentally once with ice cream or something.
When
but-
county fairs are happening, and you're there when it's not a pandemic, you're making bank. Right?
Wow. Go there.
Well,
I mean,
we're frying a whole lot of Oreos, if that's what you mean.
I mean, you pulled up in a Maserati.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you a funny story. I'll tell you a funny story about that. I traded the Maserati dealership a whole lot of fried chicken.
Really? Can I, hold on a
funny.
second. So, didn't I remember? So, I remember broadcasting at the fair a number of times. And then one of the coolest things about broadcasting at the fair is the roasters people want you to talk about, and I've interviewed you a million times, but you bring the food over. Didn't you bring over deep fried butter one time?
It wasn't me. The deep fried butter wasn't me. I brought probably the deep fried Kool-Aid.
That deep fried Kool-Aid.
Deep fried
That's what it was.
Kool-Aid, yeah.
Tasted like a donut.
Was that an accident?
I love it. Yeah. No, there's been some good accidents. The bacon, you know, and of course, anything you wrap with bacon is amazing. So bacon wrap pickles, bacon wrap shrimp, bacon wrap everything is great.
Chicken.
What are you doing now?
Well, we have our 2 pop-ups, one in Grossmont, one in my favorite place, Mission Beach, you know, at Belmont Park, and Grossmont Center, and we have our restaurant in Rancho Bernardo. We're staying busy with that.
Yeah.
But what I'm doing this minute, trying to figure out, why am I standing next to the San Diego Chicken? And
Colonel Sanders.
We're
and
gonna
Mr.
figure
Colonel
this out, see?
Sanders over here.
Yeah, giddy on up, huh? With a little bit of chicken fried. Cold beer on Friday night. But maybe not an appropriate song. How about that, Jackie? Maybe something better for us could be.
Hey, Chicken Charlie, you having fun?
I'm having a great time. I'm loving it. You know, we're healthy, we're working, we're here frying chicken. I brought you some fried chicken, by the way.
Yeah, so let's end the show. Thanks for coming, folks.
We're not done yet. Not even close.
Wanna eat.
Not even close. So you ever think about going into other cities and stuff? And this would be a great franchise, man.
It would be a great franchise, yeah. I want to grow up to be like Uncle Colonel.
There you go.
I mean, you really got to think about that. I think the business metrics are there for you, man. You can go to the next step. Are you guys go to all the other fairs too, or are you just in San Diego?
We do California now. California, yeah. I used to do Houston Livestock Rodeo Show, Oregon, Arizona, but ever since my kids are born, I try to keep it local.
Speaking of kids, how many San Diego teens have you
Trained.
employed? I mean, I can tell you. I mean, you're like Paul Rudy and the Prep Pigspin report on how he serves that community. You serve the community and teaching kids how to work.
Yeah, you know what? My favorite part of my job, we hire 400 or 500 people every summer, and more than half of them are 14, 15, 16.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. My first job was at the fair. I mean, it's the best.
I want you to come in to our show one time, and we have an entire hour with you.
I love it.
Thank you.
I'd be honored.
You'd love to. Chicken Charlie, more of the San Diego Chicken coming up. On the air.
Seem to be home, so hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter, it clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? Hey, hey, yeah. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry you anyway, marry that girl. Marry you anyway, marry that girl. No matter what you say, marry that girl. We'll be a family. Why you gotta be so rude?
That wedding, you'll be a hit. Hi, I'm Colonel Sanders here with Sully, little Tommy Russ T Nailz on the air. SD, we're doing our payday. It's time to pick a winner of our costume contest. Young man, why don't you come right up here first? What's your name? Not important. I gotta tell you, yeah, that is just a real bad costume, and that kind of stinks. Did you wear that last night? Oh God, you just knocked my beard off. That's how much you stink. How about you, young lady? Come on up here. I'm not sure what this looks like. Maybe a hippie. You're kind of a hippie. Who are you?
Carol Baskin.
Oh, from the Tiger King.
Of course.
Uh-huh, you fed your husband to the Tigers. Okay, we'll get that out of there. Here comes another contestant, and I believe we, you know, it's a good attempt. Not bad. Your name? Oh, hell, you're the San Diego Chicken. Look at that. Well, come on over here. I got a bucket for you to hop in. You're a good runner-up. I don't know. How about one more? Let's get this gentleman right over here. And we, I'm not sure. Are you Wookiee? Oh, like a wolf. I see. Well, good attempt. And yeah, let me get that other one there too. No, that sucks. You get out of here. You didn't win. Anybody else? How about you? Here, now this is Halloween.
He's
You
a
see,
jack
we're all
o'
out there trying. It's a jack and jack-o'-lantern is what he's wearing there. Good job, son. Well, you didn't win either because the best costume today on the show goes to freaking me. I'm Colonel Sanders, KFC. Now back to the. Oh wait, one more. I forgot Opal because she's running everything. This is hot tamale. Now what happened? Molly thinks he's a cowboy, but if a cowboy ever wore a pink hat, we'd have to whoop his butt all the way back to Dallas, wouldn't we? Am I right? Am I right? Say I'm right.
You're right.
All right, get the heck out of here. But I'm the winner. Thank you, Joe. On the air, San Diego. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah. I'm so hungry.
I think you ought to trade. Personally, you ought to trade the Ron Burgundy for.
Well, I'm wearing these shoes right here, so they all do fit right there. All right, let's sit back now and talk about chicken.
Yeah, there is.
I have a
Wait, hold on a second.
What's that? Wait.
Is there food outside? Do I smell chicken here?
Chicken Charlie.
Chicken, Charlie. Do you have chicken out there?
Yeah, chicken.
Can you show us the chicken at some point today? Because I smell it.
I do.
yeah.
I smell, and I smelled it earlier too.
I hope it's nobody I know.
Hey, before we go out there to
Yeah.
see the chicken, I have a question for you, San Diego Chicken.
Yes, sir.
When did you decide, hey, I'm going to go to the sports arena and go inside to a concert? Because you're iconic at San Diego's concerts from the 70s into the 80s and 90s.
Well,
How
believe
did
it or
that
not,
happen?
I got a ticket to Elton John concert. It was my first one. Went down there, and it was nuts. The people were just fantastic, and the band was even laughing as they saw me in the stands, and it was really something. There's an old adage. Don't laugh because it only encourages him.
Right.
Well, you know what?
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened with me.
Didn't somebody mention you while they were on stage at some point? Weren't you at a big show and somebody actually pointed you out?
I thought it was the King.
Wasn't it like a king or?
Oh,
The
yeah,
King,
that was
Elvis.
great Elvis story.
Elvis.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
it, of course.
King, yeah.
The king.
Oh my gosh. I was at the sports arena, nice crowd. This is 1976, about 14 months before he passed. And everyone was giving me the red eye, and the game face, don't you mess with Elvis. Okay, and I said, okay, I'll be careful tonight. It's like Elvis is royalty, okay?
Yeah.
This isn't like the Jay Giles band performing.
No, Elvis. It's the King. That's the King of rock and roll.
So Elvis breaks in the middle of his concert to a medley of a Jerry Lee Lewis song. A whole lot of shaking going on. And I said, that does it. Duty calls. And so from the back of the sports arena, I ran all the way up the aisle and in front of the stage, and I started dancing. And Elvis started cracking up. He could not and it got to the point where he literally had to kneel down on the stage because he was laughing so hard. Doctor runs onto the stage to try to help him out. The big one. Elvis shakes him off. Everyone thinks he's having a seizure on the stage.
Yeah.
He's shaking everybody off. Forget it. I'm laughing at some guy down here. So the song finally finishes. He apologizes for flubbing all the lyrics and everything. And he says to the audience, I don't know if you all can see, but there's a chicken dancing down here. and then he says, great line. He says, I don't know who put the chicken up to this, but I want to warn him. My manager's name is the Colonel.
There you go. It all comes back. See how you did that. Well done, son. Oh, that's good.
And I took off out of the arena, and that's where security tackled me up in the concourse and hauled me right out into the parking lot.
Did they really?
Oh, they used
You?
they picked me up by all fours and even used my head as a battering ram through the doors. Boom.
Oh, man.
I'd put some padding in that suit for the next one if you get out there, huh?
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, you're not even done with this career because I know we're going to see you for years to come. Thank you so much for coming in again. It's
Ted
always fun.
Gianola.
Ted Gianola, the San Diego Chicken.
The KGB Chicken.
Yes,
That's
forever
exactly
in my heart.
And before we get out of there, Chicken Charlie, what do you got out there real quick? I want to see what we got out there for lunch.
I think he's got got some good food out there waiting for us.
Whoa, look at that.
Trays of it. All right.
Oh, my
I think
goodness,
Jackie's
there.
going to rock one
All
out
right,
for
Jackie,
us,
will
too.
you take us out? Do it. All right, here we go.
Jackie Foster, Poway's Jackie Foster.
San Diego Chicken, Ted Leitner, Jackie Foster, Chicken Charlie.
Never changes. I'm ready for my one way